Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about the subject of wet dreams. This is something a lot of people have been asking me about, and I can relate because there was a period of time when I was, first practicing semen retention that I was kind of struggling with this. And so when you begin to contain your sexual energy to no longer ejaculate, especially when you're used to ejaculating regularly, the body very quickly builds up a very large amount of energy, and you're probably not digesting all of this energy, and so you kind of have this excess, and the body's just balancing itself by clearing it, clearing this old energy. It's what the body does. It clears out the old to make room for the new. The body's always creating more sperm, more semen. Production slows down when you start retaining, but the body still creates new semen. And so to me it's a balancing thing. It's not something to be too worried about. Unless you're having wet dreams like several times per week, then it's probably not a big issue. I stress not obsessing too much about how long you're retaining your semen for. For me, it's about balance. Ejaculating every day I think is unhealthy. I also think that expecting you're going to go the rest of your life without ejaculating and get frustrated every time you do ejaculate is also unhealthy. So to me, it's about balance. It's about not draining your body of energy, but also not obsessing about things that are beyond your control. So my own experience with it is that there's certain things that may cause wet dreams. Obviously, having a lot of sexual thoughts, a lot of sexual tension, unresolved desires and fantasies and things like this throughout your day is going to carry into your sleep, when there's no filter and your subconscious comes out fully. So that is probably the biggest cause of wet dreams. So learning to control your thoughts, control your mind during the day, and live a little more lucidly, so to speak, is going to help you a lot. Obviously, you don't want to be looking at porn. That's incredibly unhealthy and imbalancing in my opinion. So you shouldn't be doing that, and just try to learn to control your desires. Things like meditation, yoga, qigong will be great for this. They give you an outlet to channel that sexual energy. Also, any form of exercise, doing a lot of intense exercise like running, sprinting, lifting weights is going to help you burn off some excess energy that you'll be building up. So these are some things that can be very helpful. There's a few other causes I've found of wet dreams. Things that I kind of read about these things and then I experienced them myself. So one is eating like a large meal too close to sleep can cause ejaculation. So try to eat, at least a few hours before you go to sleep. Also, sleeping with a heavy blanket, because it puts this pressure on your lower abdomen, and that can cause you to have a wet dream. Also, just being too hot at night, I found, has made me more likely to have a wet dream. So taking a cold shower before you go to sleep is great. It really helps to contract your energy inwards, that coldness, and will make you more likely to not have a wet dream. So I think the biggest issue, though, is that people are practicing retention, but they're really not digesting this energy, so to speak. They're not truly tapping into the sexual energy, because if you're just holding the sexual energy, but you're not doing any practices to work with it, to channel it throughout the body, and to really transform it, then you're really not tapping into the full potential of that semen anyway. And so the body's just clearing it out because you're not really using it. So there's certain meditation and qigong practices, things like testicle breathing, where you draw the sexual energy throughout the body. Working with the microcosmic orbit is very important. I have a video on this, and that's another technique to help you transfer the sexual energy throughout your body. There's also higher forms of internal alchemy meditation practices where you literally cook the sperm you draw essentially you're drawing the energy out of the sperm and transforming it. So this is a more advanced practice, but so essentially, wet dreams are, I think it's just inevitable, especially if you're younger. You know, if you're a teenager, you're in your 20s or maybe even your 30s, you have a ton of sexual energy, and you're going to build up a reservoir very quickly. So the body just balances itself out. You know, it's just probably going to happen, and it's not that big of a deal. I noticed that when I do have a wet dream, I don't feel drained. I don't feel like I've lost any energy, and to me, that's a sign that it's balance. It's the body balancing itself. And you know, there's some people who say that you should be able to like go forever without ejaculating, but I don't necessarily think this is the case. I mean, one of my teachers, he claimed to have gone about 10 years without ejaculating, but he was also in his 50s. So I think once you get older, you know, you don't have as much. Your body's not creating as much sexual energy anymore, so you're probably going to be able to retain for longer periods as you age. So, but if you're in your 20s or a teenager, you don't, unless you're ejaculating all the time, you don't have too much to worry about. So just relax and enjoy. To me, I don't think it's good to obsess about how long you're going as you're retaining, because just the intention and the practice of retention itself is doing you incredible good. You know, even if you only make it, 4 or 5 days, that's still solid progress compared to the person who's, ejaculating to porn every day. So just relax with it, and I hope this is helpful to you. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.